What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I'd like to give you guys some quick Atlanta Falcons news. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you'll know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. Hit that like button for your boy. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for your continued support. Continuing to share out my content on all the social media platforms. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So today in Atlanta Falcons news, the Falcons have signed a defensive tackle, Justin Ellis, and also outside linebacker / defensive end, Kemoko Turay. And I do like this move by the Atlanta Falcons, adding depth, continuing to add depth on this Atlanta Falcons defense in the trenches. And first off with Justin Ellis, he's a defensive tackle that's been in the NFL 10 plus seasons. So he's a veteran guy who's been around the league. And I definitely like this move by the Atlanta Falcons. He's a guy mainly that's a one tech. So he'll be here to stop the run and collapse the pocket on passing downs. But I mainly expect him to play like on first and second down when it's obvious run downs, like third and short and fourth and short. If a team goes for it in the red zone and on the goal line, he's just a big body guy. And he'll be here to complement the pieces we already have on this team, like the Grady Jarretts, like the Ogundajis, and like the other outside linebackers we have, Bud Dupree, Calais Campbell. He'll be here to help add depth and be a guy that we can bring in certain situations. But I definitely like this move. He played last season with the New York Giants, and he played really well for the New York Giants. He was a guy that played next to Dexter Lawrence, who had a really good season with the New York Giants last year at that defensive tackle position. But he's been a guy that's been around the league. He's played with the Ravens as well in his past NFL career. So I definitely like this move by the Atlanta Falcons, especially with Eddie Goldman possibly retiring again, which Coach Arthur Smith did state yesterday at training camp that Eddie Goldman's been dealing with some personal issues off the field and that he might decide to retire again. And being that they both play that defensive tackle position, I definitely think that this is like an insurance policy for our Atlanta Falcons. So I definitely think that we're doing a great job of leaving no stone unturned by the front office with both Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith continuing to add talent to this team. Now, as far as the defensive end / outside linebacker, Kemoko Turay, he goes about 6'5", 250 pounds. And I definitely like this signing of him as well. He's a former Indianapolis Colt, and he also played last season with the 49ers. He only played about 3 games last season. He was a free agent for most of the season, and then he signed, and he was just a depth piece for them. He didn't play a whole lot because the 49ers had a lot of depth on their team, and they have a really good defensive line. But when he was with the Colts, he was really productive. His highest sack total with the Colts was his last season with the Colts. He had 5.5 sacks, and his rookie season, he had 4 sacks. So he is a guy who I see the Falcons using him more as a rotational pass rusher. He's not going to be an every down defensive lineman. But as I mentioned, depth is key. I believe in strength in numbers in the trenches, both on the offensive line and defensive line. And having a guy like Kemoko Turay, a guy who's been successful in the past, he's a very lanky, he's like almost like a basketball athlete. He's one of those guys that's really long, has really long arms, and he's a guy that has a high motor. So I really think that this is going to be a good pickup for our Atlanta Falcons because he's not going to be asked to play a lot of snaps. I definitely could see him having a really good season for our Atlanta Falcons and being a guy that can give you between 5 and 6 sacks on the year. So I definitely think having a guy with his high motor that you can bring in, long third and long situations and bringing him in certain passing downs. I definitely think that he'll be a good add by the Atlanta Falcons. And he's also a guy that's not bad in the run game as well. He's pretty good at setting the edge as well. So I definitely like this pickup by our Atlanta Falcons. But you guys let me know what you think of Kemoko Turay and Justin Ellis. I think both of these guys are going to help this Atlanta Falcons team, and definitely they're going to add more talent, continue to add talent on this team in training camp to make it hard to make this team. Like I stated, this is going to be a really, really good competitive training camp and preseason. So guys are going to really have to battle it out. Guys are not going to be able to just sit back. That's been on this roster the last 2 seasons, that's been drafted. These guys are going to really have to fight hard to stay on this roster. So a couple guys could really be on the chopping block after a couple of these signings that we've recently done. But with that being said, this been your boy Jew. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button and you enjoy my content, please hit that subscribe button for your boy. I'm going to have a lot more content coming for you guys as we get closer and closer to the NFL season. But as always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed, peace.